You don't have to put it all the way up your nostrils and stuff like that. Just a quick breeze so you can get a feel of what it is. And like I said, I also remember.
Yeah, you ain't trying to get high off the seasoning, so. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I am Kadlac, the legally blind artist. And today I do have a guest with me. Here's Mike. Mike, you want to introduce yourself?
So my name is Mike, you guys. And as you may not know, I am fully blind. And today we're going to be showing you how to cook with the blind. So I'm going to hand it back to Keita so she can give you guys a little more introduction about what's going to happen today.
Okay, so in today's video, Mike is going to prepare dinner. And he's fully blind. He's going to show you what he does to prepare his dinner and how he actually cooks his own meals. All right, take it over, Mike. Let us know what you're going to do first.
All righty, guys. So today we want to practice cleanliness. I'm going to go ahead and wash my hands so we can get ready to go and cook this chicken. As you guys can see, I am feeling around for certain items so I can wash my hands. It's a little difficult sometimes, but we're going to get it together. And you guys should always practice washing your hands and your elbows, almost up to your elbows for 20 seconds, which is the correct way to wash your hands. I know they're like, oh, you giving us a lesson too? Yeah, we're going to give you a lesson. So as you guys can see, I already have my chicken prepared here. I already pre-washed it, so I don't want anybody to think that I don't wash my chicken. I already washed it, but what I do use to wash it is lemon juice. And I soak it in warm water and salt for about a good 20 minutes. Yes.
Hold the chicken up for us to be able to see in the camera?
So I already got my chicken here.
Okay, there it is.
Sorry about the pan, you guys. I went to a specific store and bought that. I don't know if I can say their name or not, but shout
out to Dollar Tree.
Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and pre-rinse that off again because it did hit the floor and I don't like things like that. Okay. So, like I said, I already pre-washed the chicken. So I already have my pans that I'm going to use. I have my big pan here for my candy yams, and I have my pan here for my macaroni and cheese that I'm going to make as well. So I use different seasonings, you guys. I use specific seasonings. I'm going to start with my seasoned salt, and I know everybody is wondering, how do I know it's seasoned salt? And I will tell you. I actually lost my sight last year, so I kind of remember a lot of the way that the cans are made or the bottles are made, and I remember specific smells. So a lot of blind people, they smell the seasoning like, you don't have to put it all the way up your nostrils and stuff like that. Just a quick breeze so you can get a feel of what it is. And like I said, I also remember.
Yeah, you ain't trying to get high off the seasoning, so.
Right. So I'm gonna season. I normally go up, I go over, and then I go in the middle. As you all know, some people, when they cook, I don't measure things, so I'm not gonna lie. I never measure. I've never even measured with sight. I always just went off of, what you want to call it, instincts. I just went off of whatever I got. I wasn't taught how to cook. I just cook. So once again, I'm gonna go ahead and smell it. So this is onion powder. So just to get a close up on you guys, I'm gonna rotate it so I can show you that it is onion powder that I'm gonna use. I don't know the specific brands of the items. I just purchased it because to me, onion powder is onion powder. Oh, thank you. Okay.
Just show.
So once again, you guys, like I said, I take my seasonings and I go across and I do a good little sniff just to find out that it is onion powder. I don't put it too far up my nose because that's kind of gross, but just to show you guys, it is onion powder. So when I season the chicken, I do have a pattern. When I season certain things, I would start from the back, and I can also feel where my corners are, and I just go back and I go down. I go to the angle and I go up, and then I will put my finger right here as I'm doing it so I can always keep my dimensions and know where I'm at. I go over and then I sprinkle on top. That's how I would season. So you guys will see that pattern as I season everything. So I already used the onion powder. I did the season sauce, so I'm gonna put those to the side so I don't make a mistake and use it again. But once again, I do know the bottles, and I do know, like, I will always smell what I'm gonna use. I'm not just gonna, you know, pour it on. This is a specific, this is garlic powder. I already know that because I bought a big one, and I only have 2 big items like this, which is one sea salt and the other one is garlic powder. But if I wouldn't know, I would do a light sniff, and I will see that it is garlic powder. So I'm gonna show you guys, it is garlic powder. Once again, I do not know the specific brands if you guys wanna purchase it. I just know it came from Walmart. Should I say Walmart?
Yeah, you can say Walmart.
Please. Okay.
Walmart, we need a sponsor.
Once again, you guys, I'm going to start with my pattern. Just in case if you guys did not know, this for legally blind or fully blind, or just for anybody who do want to keep up as well, like where they're at. I always tap first, so I'll see where my corner is. So I'll find my corner, and I will go down, and I will go over, back up, back over, and then I will cover it in the ones in the middle. So that's how I would season. So once again, it always is the pattern to what you're gonna do and how you're gonna do it, because cooking blind is definitely not easy. I'm gonna also put this to the side because I used it. They just let me know I used it. And guys, I know that a lot of people use salt. I do not use salt just for personal reasons for health, but I do have other things that would season my chicken very well. This is Slap Your Mom's seasoning. I recently just started using this. My sister actually put me on this one. Just so you guys can see. Like I said, I can't see, so I'm gonna turn it, and you know, I'm gonna give y'all a 360 so y'all can see what you're looking at. And once again, this is Slap Your Mom. I actually got this one from Publix. I didn't get this from Walmart. So once again, I find my starting point, which is there, and I go down, and I'm at the end of that one. I go over. I'm at the end. I go up. So I get to the end of here, and I go to the top. And then I lightly season. I know it may look like I'm using a lot of season. I'm not using a lot of seasons, not a lot coming out. I'm barely shaking. So I don't know the amount. Like I said, I don't measure. All right, guys. So now, since I've already seasoned my chicken, I'm going to go ahead and just like mix it up with all the chicken together. Just so I can get the seasoning everywhere. Did I drop a piece? No, I did. Great. Normally I drop them. But I'm going to go ahead and just mix it up so the seasoning could be all over the chicken. I'm a very strategic person, so I straight everything out. I got really bad OCD, so I like to have my chicken, like, you know, in a certain pattern. So give me 1 second while I do that. This is not anything to do with blind. This is just a personal thing of mine. I straightened it out, so I just want to get that straightened out real fast. Okay. Okay. So now that I got that, I am gonna rinse my hands because, like I said, I do have bad OCD and I don't really like things on my fingers and stuff. So I'm gonna rinse that off. No need to wash for 20 seconds because I'm just rinsing. Sorry guys, I gotta get a cup. I normally put, when I do my chicken, I normally put water in my pan, just so my water, when I bake my chicken, my water could be, my chicken could be juicy. So I do put a little bit of water there. Once again, I don't measure. So for people who like to measure things, you know, that might work for you. So I take my cup and I put the chicken to the side just so I can get the water in. And I find my place and I pour. So now that I've got my water in my pan, what I'm gonna do is tilt the pan so the water can get all under the chicken and all through the chicken. And then, can you hear me, that aluminum foil? It's right there. So I take the aluminum foil, and once again, I know everybody looking like this might be easy. It's just easier for me because I've been doing it for a while. I've had sight for 28 years, I'm 30, so I've had sight for a really long time. So I just know how to do certain things. The aluminum foil is not long enough, so I'm gonna take it that way and just use 2 pieces. So I put the aluminum foil over the chicken and over the pan. Make sure I got it all.
So you say that you had sight for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
and now you're trying to do this without your sight.
Yeah.
Do you think it's easier for you only because you had sight first, or is it the specific ways that you're doing it? Like, say somebody didn't have sight, but they wanted to learn how to cook. Do you think they can use these tips, or is it just because you're going off of things you've known for a long time?
No, this is definitely the way I do. I only changed up my pattern when I season chicken. So if anybody could do this, whether you have sight or not, this is very easy to prepare. It's just because I'm doing it because like I did have sight, but you can do this. Anybody with sight can do it the same way. Follow the same steps. They can do the same thing. The only thing that I did differently was the way I season, because I have to know my points. I have to know what I'm seasoning in order for me not to get seasoned everywhere. So that's the only difference that I did. So anything that I do is also used great for people with sight, without sight, who's low vision, legally blind, or vision impaired. It's all the same. It's just the way, it's just a pattern that you would be comfortable using on your own. So I'm gonna come to my stove. The reason I know this stove is because I did have help to learn it. So I know that my middle nozzle is going to be my oven. So I know it's 2 and 2. So I will count 1, 2, 3, which I know right here is my middle. But just to keep going, 4 and 5 is for my eyes up top, which you guys will also see later how I demonstrate cooking the items on top. So I'm gonna go and turn my stove on. I know this stove, I don't really know what I put it on, I'm not gonna lie. It could be 400, could be 350. If you want to verify that for me, I think I'm at 400.
350 it looks like.
350? Okay, so you can cook it on 350. Normally people do cook it on 350. If you like to cook it on 350, I cook it on 4 just to get it done faster. But today I'm just going to go ahead and cook it at 350. So I'm going to put.
And I'm sorry, guys, just to let you know, he's asking me. I can see, but I do have the low vision, so it takes me a little minute to actually assist with helping him.
Correct. So now that my chicken is in the oven, so I'm going ahead and start preparing my side items because the chicken was already thawed out, so it doesn't take long to cook. Sorry, here we go. So this is the normal standard, pan that I'm going to make my candy yams in. So I want to show you guys how I will open a can without sight. So I have my can opener, which I had already placed there. I have my candy yams. So I will place the can here in front of me, directly in front of me. And you're not supposed to be touching this just because it's the blade. So I would tap. I wouldn't really touch. I would just find out where the blade is so I could do it. So I would have my can and I would hold this. Now, if you're using an electric can opener, which is different, I use manual, but that's the only one I have. But if you want to use electric, it's pretty much the same way. You flip it, you find your place when you put the can on. So because this is manual, I will find my tip, tighten it, and I'm right-handed, so I can't turn that way. So I will put my ends in my left hand, and then I will turn. And then I will just try to keep it as close to the counter and on the counter as possible. And I will turn. And of course you're gonna know when the top is off because it's gonna release for you like that. So I will take that top out. And I'm gonna just sit this right here out of the way for a second. And I will come back. These is candy yams. Again, I don't know the brand. It's one of the cans that was like $1.92 from Walmart. Don't know the brand. So how I will pour, just because it's juice, I will bring my can to the side and I will lift it up, just because if you pour too low, the juice is going to get everywhere. Or some people even pour over. So I'm going to pour over. So I'm going to make sure I'm over, and I line my can up with the bottom tip of the can to the top, and I tilt. And I will pour that in there. That's separated. I'm gonna show you guys how to work the gas stove in a second, just because I don't need nor do I want anybody hurting or burning themselves. I'm making 2 cans. Once again, this is the same can, it's just a little shorter. And if anybody missed that first process, I'm gonna do it again. So I will tap and find my blade, which is right here. And I will place it on there, squeeze, and I switch to my left hand. You guys don't have to switch to the left hand. It's just more comfortable for me. Like I said, once you get to know your elements in your body, you will always find something that's going to be comfortable for you to do it. That's just the comfortable way for me. All right. Oh, the juice spilled a little bit. This one is really full. Okay. Once again, I will lift. I will go, I will find my place, the bottom to the rim of the pot. I'm gonna turn a little bit just because the handle is there, the rim, and I will pour. Looking for the top, there we go. Okay, I'm just gonna sit that out the way. I did get a little juice on me, so I'm gonna just wipe it off, but like I said, I don't wipe it on my fingers and stuff. It does bother me. So how I work my gas stove, they say once you lose one sight, the next sight is gonna kick in. So I listen for the flame. If you guys can like really hear, let's see if you can hear it. Now I hear that it lit up. So I'm gonna turn it down. And that's how I know that it's on. So while that is heating up, I'm gonna go ahead and put my brown sugar, which this is brown sugar, in. I'm gonna break it up a little bit. Brown sugar does stick together. And this meal only takes, if you really cook it the way it's gonna take me a little longer because I'm trying to show you guys how to prepare it. It normally takes maybe like 30 to 45 minutes to make, if that. So I'm gonna pour my brown sugar in here. When you pouring something like sugar or anything like that, I always want to make sure I'm over the pan. So a little over the pan, not just at the edge, just because you don't want to get sugar everywhere. So I'm over it. Once again, I don't measure, you know. And just for you guys who's wondering how I went blind, I do have a disease called diabetic retinopathy, where the blood is not flowing to my eyes, and it was too far advanced to save my vision. So the blood doesn't flow to my eyes, which caused me to have retina detachment in my retinas. So my eyes are good, but I can't see just because the blood is not flowing. Sorry guys, I'm trying to feel for my cinnamon, which I put to the side. Once again, for those who missed the beginning, I'm just gonna do a light sniff just so I can see what I'm using. So when I'm seasoning it in a pan, instead of like the chicken that you guys see, I know the width of the pan is just important. So you will know, like, and you guys can't see it, but this part of my hand is actually hitting the pan. It's on the pan as I'm seasoning and putting cinnamon in. You don't want to use too much cinnamon. I'm not really trying to teach you guys how to cook. I'm just trying to show you how to cook being blind, like tips and tricks on what you can do to make it a little easier for you. I'm also gonna get my butter, and I'm gonna oh, I forgot to put water in the pan for the macaroni and cheese, but well, no, I can show you guys how to do that too, how to put water, how to pour things, and how to also, how to fill things up with waters or liquids or anything like that. So give me 1 second. And if you're legally blind or vision impaired or have any anything that's going on with your vision or sight, you always want to get wooden. Wooden, it heats up but it doesn't burn. Excuse me guys, it heats up but it doesn't burn. So wooden will be the great thing to use, and also you can know where your flame is. So if you want to make sure that your pan, I personally would feel right here, like just right here, because I know this part is not hot. But if you want to find your flame and know your placement, you can use this. You could use the end of the spoon, which it would hit that metal rhythm right there. I don't really know what that's called, but it'll hit that part right there, so you will know where your flame is in your pot. So that way you don't burn your guys. But I suggest if you are legally blind or vision impaired that you do cook with wood, because it's a lifesaver. Wood and oven mix will save your life. Okay, so now that that's cooking, I'm gonna show you guys how I place my water, or how do I pour things. I also will show you guys like how to pour in cups and stuff like that. So while the yams are cooking, this is my pot for my macaroni. So I'm not sure if you guys can see over here by my sink. I'm gonna go ahead, and once again, if you're cooking for anybody other than your family or friends, you always want to practice safeness and cleanliness. But how I do mine, I take my finger and I put my finger like right to the tip of my index finger, right here where the first crease is, and I put that on the pot. And when my liquids get to the tip of my finger, I know it's enough. But because I'm not cooking that much macaroni, I'm not gonna use a whole thing of water like that because it's a small box. So I'm gonna bring it back to the stove. Once again, turn your handle. Don't never have your handle like that just because you can't see and you don't want to bump into it and knock everything over and burn yourself. So turn your handle opposite towards you. This eye here, I'm gonna turn it on. I'm gonna listen. I see it's lit. Well, I hear it's lit. And I'm gonna let that water boil. Now, how I will pour things in the cup, give me one. I'm gonna step out of the camera for a second, just so I can grab a cup. Alrighty, guys. So, how to pour being blind? They do have device. Why is that boiling so fast? Let's turn it down a little bit. Hold on. So the fire was a little high, so let me make sure I have my pan, my pot on the fire. So I'm gonna line it up. Once again, I do this. Please do not do this if you're not used to it. If you need to, grab your spoon, your wooden spoon. Sorry, take the back and fill. So you will know. Please do not do that with your hand if you're not comfortable. Okay. I'm gonna rinse this off because they did it before. Alright, so how I would pour, if I was pouring for a guest or for myself, I'm gonna show you guys how to pour for myself. I will put, like I said, the same way. I will put my finger inside, depending on how much I want. If I want more, then I'll put my finger further down. If I'm pouring for a guest, I will put the cup down, and I will find where I'm pouring at, which is my spigot or spittle, however you want to say it, right here. Make sure the top is on. If you're afraid of the top coming off, I place my thumb. You can place your thumb on it right here. And I lift the cup up, make sure that the spigot is in, put it back down, and pour. Based on how much they want, you can lift it up and see the weight of the cup. You can feel the weight. So that's how you would pour if, yeah, I'm starting to smell good. That's how you would pour if you were pouring for a guest. If I was pouring for myself, if those of you who cannot see, like me, you want to place the middle of, the tip of your finger, your index finger, on the rim of the cup. If that's just for you. If it's a personal cup, you want to place the middle of your index finger, depending on how much you want. Your finger is your placement. Like I said, there are devices that you can put on the tip of the cup, and it'll alarm when you're pouring. When you get to the tip or get ready to overflow, that alarm will ring. So you can order that. I don't know where you order it from, but you can order that. And that's how you would cook if you were blind. Now, I am gonna start another YouTube channel on my own to show you guys like more tricks and tips on how to cook being blind, or how to wash, how to fold, how to do things being blind, because it is a struggle for all of us. And it is something you really have to get adjusted to, because it's really hard to do it without your sight. I learned that it's hard to do without your sight, but that's how you would prepare chicken. If you was preparing chicken, like I said, I did wash it. If you want to know the washing process, all I do is put it in the pan. I take some lemon juice, or you can use vinegar, whichever your preference. Pour it over the chicken, use water, pour a little salt on it, mix it up, and then rinse it back off. I rinse and repeat. It's like washing clothes. I rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat, just to get that out. And that's how I would prepare. That's how I would prepare anything. It doesn't have to be yams, but any seasoning, you always want to go left or right or around, just so you could get it in the pan and know your places. It is hot. I'm trying to think. You can use oven mitts just to know, like, you can feel it, because the pan do heats up after a while. I'm just used to touching hot stuff because I've worked in food industry for so long. So I'm just used to touching hot stuff, so it doesn't bother me. But it is something you definitely have to get used to. I can stir this up now. Let that cook a little bit. I got a little butter on my fingers. Is there any questions you would like to ask me?
Oh, no, you kind of touched on everything. You let them know about what you got going on, that he's a guest here on my channel, but he is starting his own channel, and just as soon as that's up and running, I will, shout that out, that link, so that you can start subscribing to his channel as well, so that you can just fully experience life through,
through our ears.
Okay, yeah, let's say it that way. All right, Mike, it looks like your meal is done.
Yes, it's done. This is my finished product. I don't know how it looks visually, but I know it's gonna taste amazing.
They can see how it looks.
But this is my yams. This is how everything came out. Kind of took me maybe a little longer to cook because I put my chicken on low. But once again, if you're blind and you're making plates, all you have to do is just know your placement. Just know where you're reaching to or where you're going. Give me 1 second. Stir that up so you guys can get the full effect of that. That's good. So, oops, sorry, my finger slipped. I can't find that, so you know what? I'm just gonna go ahead and get a little. Is this the right side?
No, that's the right side.
Oh, maybe that's why it wasn't coming up. My macaroni. Oops, sorry. I know I'm wasting it. Once again, I'm not perfect. I don't have the perfect placement yet. It's just a learning process. And that's my chicken. Sorry, Kadlac. That's my wine cork. I'm looking for my tongs. Apparently, there they are. I'm gonna rinse it off, even though I like my dishes clean. I know they're clean. I'm gonna still just rinse that because gotta pick up a piece of chicken. And by the way, everybody, I don't fry anything. I bake everything just because it's more healthier for me, for my kidneys and everything like that. So I don't eat fried food unless I'm out and I really just on the go and I have no other choice. But that's how you would cook and that's how you would serve. Everybody serve their own food. I make my plates and I go sit down.
Okay, so let us see you take a bite. How good is it? Let's see.
Oh, it's always great.
I guess it's good enough for me to get out the way because I'm still.
Excuse me. My bad.
Let me get on back.
Once again, I'll rinse that off.
So here it is.
All right, let's try. Oh, they didn't get with this blessing. Which I know is no shock. I mean, I could pat my own back, but damn.
All right, thank you, Mike.
You're welcome. The extra food is in there.
Any last words for the viewers out there?
Yeah, just don't let being blind take over you. Don't let being vision impaired take over you. You can still live a long life. Being blind stops nothing. All you have to do is it's gonna take you a little time more than the average person, but you'll get there. I got there, you can do it. If I can do it, you can do it. That's it.
All right, and disability, once again, does not mean no ability. Here's your girl, Kadlac.